How's it going, folks? It's your host, John.
And I am Levi.
And welcome to Oh, for Heaven's Sake. Well,
today we have a very special guest, of course. A husband, a father, a grandfather, a former volunteer firefighter, a paramedic, and a Vikings superfan, of course, as you can see on his shirt. My Uncle Terry. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
How was the long trek to the podcast room?
It was fine. Yeah, there's a lot of Sunday drivers out there, but it's okay. And I'm not a Sunday driver, so just go around them.
there we go.
We're going to dive in right away. Because my mom actually came up with the first question.
Nice.
She was curious, when you were a kid, what did you actually want to be?
I wanted to be a park ranger.
Whoa.
Yeah. Ever
There
since
you
probably junior high, I wanted to be a park ranger and never did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just imagine be scouting out those beautiful scenes.
Yeah.
Making sure
wanted to
nobody-
be
Making
a-
sure the trees are nice.
The trees are alive.
Yep. But, yeah, of course, interesting question because I feel like a lot of people say something and they actually don't go with what their plan was when they were a kid.
Yeah, like, I said I wanted to be a garbage man at one point. I don't think we have that same mentality anymore.
What's wrong with that? My boss always tells me if there's ever a garbage truck job open, don't take it. I don't want to lose you to a garbage truck or something like that. I don't know what it was anyway.
We got to open up our drinks.
Most importantly, got to open up the drinks. Signature sound of the podcast.
Terry decided to go no drink today. Bold move.
Yeah, I had my fill of coffee already this morning, so I'm good.
Yep. He's got the morning brew already coursing through the veins.
Yeah, I'm alive again.
So I got to ask, how was being a volunteer firefighter?
It was incredible. At my, I started in the mid-'80s. My dad was volunteer firefighter forever, and they had an opening, and they asked me if I wanted to be on, and yeah, sure, why not? And that just, it was pretty cool. I mean, we were just a simple fire department. We didn't even have any bunker gear or anything. It was just go out and put water on red stuff, and so it was cool. It's the way I got into emergency services, and I've loved it ever since. And still really enjoy it and enjoy going to work every day. It's cool.
What requirements do you have to be a volunteer firefighter?
Not much.
Gotta have the
Small
spirit
town
and
USA,
ambition.
not much. You just got, you gotta want to and show up when the pager or the siren goes off or the phone rings, whatever it was at that particular time. And there was no requirements. No, even today they don't require much. Mostly just CPR and stuff like that.
Do you have any stories? Gotta maybe get a cat out of the tree potentially. I mean,
The old cat trick.
We did that once, yeah. We did that, yeah. It was like 50-mile-an-hour winds one day, and this cat was up in this tree in my cousin's yard. And I don't remember how we got it down, but yeah, we got called to a cat in a tree before, yeah. Mm-hmm. Did once. Yeah. One memorable one, we called to a fire, and there was a couple dogs in there. And we kicked the door down, and right away there was a dog laying on the floor. So me being a paramedic at the time, I dragged the dog out, and the dog was unresponsible. So I proceeded to do CPR on a dog, and I had a crowd around me, and nobody would help. They couldn't believe I was actually doing
Everyone
CPR
gathers around
on a
you.
dog, but we did. He didn't make it, but the vet showed up a few minutes after we started, and he said, no, it wasn't a viable save, but
He put his full forward effort, though.
yeah,
That's what counts.
you're the only one that actually tried, so
Yep.
you gave it your all.
Yep. I put out the fire, and then I started CPR on the door or on the dog. Yeah, so it was cool.
So when you're doing CPR on animals, how does that even work? It's gotta be a
You
lot
lay them on
different.
their side, and you do it on the left side of their chest.
Wow, fascinating.
The mouth-to-mouth is optional, but yeah, you can. You just hold their mouth closed and breathe through their nose.
Oh, they're
Wow.
nice.
Oh.
Same procedure as on a human. Yeah.
Interesting.
Except
That
it's
is
a
good,
doggy.
interesting.
Or cat.
So, John, I'll let you ask the next question, actually.
Alrighty. How was living in Cavalier, and what led you to move to Grand Forks?
Oh, growing up in Cavalier was good. It's nice to grow up in a small town. The kids, it was safe, and it was, when I was young, it was a lot of in high school is what you remember is driving around town and hanging with friends at the parking lots and doing other things, which everybody knows, but it's cool. Yeah. Once the kids grew up and all moved away from home, we got a little lonesome, so we moved down to Grand Forks, and I got a job there at Altru, and all the kids are down in the area, so we're able to see them more often and be around the grandkids, and so that was pretty much it. I always wanted to work for a busier ambulance service too.
Yeah.
And holy cow, yep.
How is Grand Forks too?
It's good. It's good. We like it down there. Yeah, there's always something to do, somewhere to go.
What's your favorite restaurant down in Grand Forks? The big questions.
Sure. Texas Roadhouse, probably. I don't know. We like the Blue Moose.
Classic.
Blue Moose is always good. There's a few of them, but those two are probably our favorites.
Hey, one thing about Grand Forks is they always seem to get all like the fun concerts and stuff.
Yeah, they do have the good concerts at the... What's the...
It's like where the UND plays, right?
Oh, and Ralph Engelstad, yeah.
Yep.
Very, very good facility, yeah. Even the Alaris has picked things up a little bit. They're having more things go on. They had a change there, I guess, and they've got some more better events and stuff, so, yeah.
What's the biggest difference from, like, a small town to... Grand Forks is not a major town, but it's definitely growing. It's up there. What's, like, the biggest difference?
In my job, it's just not knowing my patients. Whenever I got called to anything in Cavalier, I knew them all. You knew the family, you knew the patient, whatever. And down Grand Forks, and I don't know anybody. Occasionally, you run across somebody or an acquaintance of someone, or hey, I know you. But that's the biggest difference. It's really cool caring for the people you know. I miss that a lot. But
Yeah, you lose the small town wave to everyone that you drive by.
Yep, the wave. Yeah, you wave to everybody. Now I do that, and this guy's weird or what?
I know, yeah.
Still do it some, yeah.
Yeah. So how was owning a business in a small town? You had Terry's True Value for a little bit there.
35 years, yep.
Was it
hardware
True
store.
Value, though?
It was, it started out as Coast to Coast. We bought it as Coast to Coast hardware and changed to True Value. And it was good. A lot of hard work. Small business is hard no matter where you are. But it was good. 35 years. And we closed her up in 2022, and that went well. And
Yeah, what led to the closing?
we were down here. My manager was taking care of everything pretty well, but the pandemic really changed things, and it just made everybody shop differently, and it just got harder to make ends meet, and so
I feel like that's a big one for a lot of people. COVID just killed small businesses.
Yes, no, it did. It was really hard on those. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, but that was it.
So obviously we've kind of covered like the paramedic side. What is it like being like a paramedic, and what's your main role?
We work. During the day we have 3 2-person teams. Usually a medic, 2 medics, or a medic and an EMT. I work with an EMT, and we split up. We got one truck on the north in the hospital, which is in the north end of town, and then there's one on the south end at the south campus. They respond to calls on the south end of the city, and then we've got the transfer team and the charge team also in house during the day. And it's busy. We used to be, really busy at 20 calls a day, and now we're 30 to 40 calls a day, and so that's business is really, or
business.
Yeah, well, it kind of is, but yeah, really picked up. It's been really busy lately, and the older population's getting older, and they need transport, and that's what we do. We take people to the hospital.
Yep.
If they need any kind of care before, we provide that too. But mostly, we're just getting people to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, question I had is, do you work like holidays like 4th of July or anything like that?
Yeah, we're 24/7. We're there all the time.
Does it get pretty busy 4th of July? You know, people always make mistakes with their fireworks.
Actually, the holidays aren't as busy as you might think, but yeah, you get some of those calls. And, I honestly can't talk about them because of legal obligations. But yeah, you wouldn't think it would it would be slow, but it's not slow. But you would think it would be faster than it is.
Yeah, because you always see all those videos of people doing dumb stuff.
Yeah, and that stuff happens, but it doesn't go 10 times more on the holidays. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, what kind of does your day-to-day look like? Like what time you start, and then kind of how does it
Well,
work?
I'm pretty fortunate. I work the transfer team, so I work 7 to 3, 4 days a week. No nights, no weekends. But typical paramedic EMT working there is 7 to 7 a.m., 7 to 7 p.m., and they'll work three shifts a week.
Okay, so longer but less shifts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I quite often I'll work extra because we'll be out on a transfer and we'll be quite a ways from home. So, but it's good. I love my shift and I like my job.
Yeah. Now, of course, we got a lot of fun questions.
Mm-hmm.
The more interesting side, we got hobbies, pastime, activities, the fun stuff to talk about, of course, football as well. What are your kind of hobbies and pastime activities that you like to do when you're not on the job? Or when you're on the job? You never know.
Well, golf is probably my favorite thing to do, and go to the lake. We just love being at the lake and being around the water and on the water. I like to fish some. I'm not a big fisherman, but the fishing that I do I enjoy a lot, and I look forward to it. Yeah, just water sports are fun, or just being out on the lake is probably my favorite thing to do.
Are you a good golfer or a hobby golfer?
We'll call it a hobby, but I get around the course pretty well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I've been golfing
Solid,
forever.
very solid.
I started when I was probably 10, 12, and my neighbor taught me how to golf. We went golfing when we were at the lake one time, and just never looked back. And after we got back from the lake, the next day we were looking at golf clubs, and I got golf clubs. And then I started making my own clubs. I made my own set of clubs. And yeah, even I think I let Levi use them for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, was that the...
I was trying to figure out if it was a lefty or a righty. It took me a while to figure that out.
That's the way to tell. Let's get out there swinging. Yeah.
So, how often do you go out golfing now? Like, do you go out to the courses in Grand Forks often?
Occasionally, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not as much as we'd like to, because I don't know why life just gets busy and you have other things you'd rather do first. But yeah, we like Lincoln course. Ray Richards is good. We've got a number of courses down around the lake that we like to go to. Erskine and Fertile and Red Lake. We've been to Red Lake and just golf Larimore first time this year, and cool course, very nice. Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite course?
Gotta pick one.
One
my home course, Cavaliers, is my favorite course.
Yep.
Yeah, but
How many holes is that? Is that 18 or 9?
it's 9. It's 9. Yeah. Favorite
Ever
course
golfed?
though to ever play.
I feel like 9 is just better. I don't know why. I feel like it's like the
Yeah,
perfect
I mean,
length. I feel like 18 sometimes can get a little
Yeah.
long.
I haven't golfed 18 straight holes in a long time.
Yeah.
yeah. It's always nice to have an option for 18 because, like, of course, we have like the membership at the golf course at our lake
Mhm.
that I'm sure you guys had at one point, or did you guys have that?
No, we never
membership?
did get a membership, but yeah, that's
So-
cool. You have a choice between front or back 9, or you can do them all. Yeah.
But yeah, we'd always go like 12 holes, and then we just stop when we get close to the camper. So then we get all extra golfing in, and
it's an awesome sport. Something you can do all your life. Yeah, from being this high to 80, 90 years old, people are still swatting the ball.
Yeah, would you say that golfing helps keep you moving properly? It does take a good bit of back movement.
Well, yeah, you should probably keep yourself a little bit of shape, but no, you don't have to golf. Just hit the ball.
Yeah, you see
just
these
hit the ball.
90-year-olds.
Just hit the ball.
Yeah, they can swing it better than most people, probably. Well, do you watch golf?
Yeah,
All?
some. Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy watching golf.
Levi
I
watches
love
the
watching
Masters.
golf.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite golfer? Of course,
Oh,
your dad's.
Jack Nicklaus by far. I started watching. He was my hero because he was the Tiger Woods back then.
Yeah.
The Tiger Woods before Tiger
Yep,
Woods.
for sure. Yeah. And then Tiger Woods, and that's probably he's still my favorite, I guess. Yeah.
It's like at the time people don't necessarily like Tiger Woods because he's just winning all the time. And then he gets in this crazy car accident. Of course, everybody's going to be rooting for him now. It's like you miss the good old days of him winning.
Oh, right, for sure. It was something. Yeah, you just knew Tiger was going to win when he was playing.
If all those things didn't happen, you got to wonder how many he would have won. Like that injury, but...
Yep. Yeah, he had
been
some back problems, and some injury problems. Would have been fun to see what he could have done.
But now Scotty Scheffler's... He could be the next Tiger. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Always got to be someone to pick up the legacy.
Yeah.
It's always another hero.
Mine, I don't know why. I started watching the Masters like 3 years ago, probably, and I watched like the whole rounds or whatever. And Colin Morikawa has always been my favorite. I don't know exactly why he got like maybe 6th place, but I have no idea. I always just keep checking on Morikawa, see how he's doing.
Just like his swagger, his style.
Something about him you like, yeah.
I do find interesting when people have that like pause in the backswing. Have you ever seen that where they like to their backswing, they pause for a second and then they swing? So weird to me how they even do that. Because I've tried it before, missed the ball. You completely miss the ball.
Everyone has their own style. It's why technically, fitting clubs probably does go a long way to helping you out, getting clubs actually made for you.
Yeah, you just got to keep swatting. You just keep swinging.
Well, the lake, as you mentioned, the lake. What's your favorite thing to do at the lake? Very tough question.
Just be on the water. And whatever we're doing on the water is just is my favorite thing to do. Whether it's just hanging around in the boat, skiing, tubing, whatever, swimming, it's all good.
What
just
boat
being
do
on
you
the
got?
Whoa.
I've got a 21-foot. It's a sea swirl. I call her Swirly.
Swirly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Every time going to the lake, for some reason, I love stuff on the water, but also it's always nice to just have a nice fire to end the day. I always think it's fun to...
Yep, the iconic fire.
Yeah, it's
relaxing.
It's like the classic. When you're camping, you always have a fire going, have some s'mores, maybe popcorn, because my dad does that.
Yep.
And he does that well, yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
But now we got to get to the topic of today, the Vikings game, of course.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest one.
Very interesting game.
It's nerve-wracking, but also exciting at the same time.
But coming off the bye week, what are your thoughts on the first 5 games for the Vikings? They're 5-0, looking pretty solid, but kind of fizzled out last game.
Yeah, that was a little kind of a reality check last game. They kind of disappointing as far as the offense goes.
Yeah, the offense could not get its
I think they
foot set.
needed a reality check maybe, and that'll will help them out.
Exactly. Got too comfortable,
Could be. That happens.
Kind of like what I think happened to Davies. They got too comfortable.
Oh, yeah, Davies, they lost their first game against Cheyenne.
Yep.
They were undefeated up until that point. We lost 3-0.
No.
Yes.
We fumbled the ball. We had the balls in the ground 8 times.
No. Oh, that's
4
terrible.
turnovers, and they had 0.
That's a reality check there.
Yeah.
I've never seen our defense play that well. They gave us everything they had. Offense could not do anything.
So defense can win a football game. We've seen that this year, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Can't quite remember if Aaron Jones is playing or not.
Yeah, he is. Yep. I've
Nice.
got him, and he freed up for me, but I'm not going to use him.
Do you have him in do you have a fantasy league going? Or
Yeah, well, some of the nurses and paramedics
Whoa.
got a fantasy league going this year. First time I've ever done it, and it's fun. I like it, but I don't know.
The injuries are always like the worst part about
Yeah,
that.
my guys just cleared up this morning. I had like 4 that were questionable. They're all going to play, so
I'm
feeling
undefeated
good.
in the school league right now. Not to brag. So just looking at some stats, Sam Darnold, kind of up and down. Looking, for the most part, I'd say solid. 1,100 yards. Fun fact is his passing yards is 1,111 right now. 1,111 yards passing.
Yeah, seen that, yeah.
11 touchdowns. 4 interceptions. Not what you like to see, but because he's averaging about an interception a game.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Oh, just I'd say one thing that's kind of surprised me is Ty Chandler hasn't really gotten a ton of work. It's mainly been Aaron Jones outside of Jones getting injured, but I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Ty
surprised
Chandler
he hasn't been
done
a
much.
little more productive than he has been. Yeah.
Averaging 3.5 yards per carry. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll get his chance.
However, Cam Akers just got traded back to the Vikings. What are
That's
your
good.
thoughts on that?
Okay, I think good.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm kind of thinking Aaron Jones's injury is going to be kind of lingering all year. Just have that feeling. Yeah.
I'm surprised they let Cam Akers go originally, to be honest. I mean, I thought he
Yeah.
was solid before his injury, but got him back. That's all that matters.
Yep, that's all that matters.
Good player. He'll be good.
Prediction for the game today. Game
I don't know. It
prediction.
just all depends on the offense. I know the defense is going to play well, but I don't think Detroit's quite as good as we think. I really don't. Deep down. I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
It could be just my Vikings in me saying that.
Yeah, I'd say that. I think we just got to stop their fourth down plays because Dan Campbell's not afraid to go for
He's
it.
not afraid. No,
Yep.
Cool coach. Yeah, I like him. I'm not going to like him today, but
Yeah.
he's not afraid to roll the dice.
It's going to be the classic. Whoever establishes the run is going to win the game. I think they got 2 really good running backs. Got Aaron Jones. I think if we can establish the run, Sam Darnold's always good when it comes to like throwing in the pocket. Kind of off schedule, you kind of see struggles, but I think when he's in a system, got Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, of course, not
Yeah, the
playing. which
weapons.
sucks,
He's not going to play?
but-
No?
No, he's not, which sucks. But
Yeah.
Robert Tonyan is actually on the 53-man roster. We signed him up, but got J.J., Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones, of course, today. So,
Lots of weapons.
yeah. Got to go. Score prediction. John, you start, actually. Next up.
Oh, boy. I'm going to probably say
1.5 point favorites, just for a
I
guideline.
I don't think
The
it's
Vikes
going
are?
to be
It is a home game.
Of course, being a Vikings fan, the Vikings are going to win, obviously, for me. So I'm going to have to say probably, I don't think it's going to be too crazy. I think there's going to be some field goals, of course. I think, hopefully, at least, we'll get some good touchdowns, maybe a pick 6 again.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
So I'll say probably, I'm going to go with 24. And then the Lions, I'm going to put at, just because, again, 17. There we go.
17. All right. That's fair. When it comes to the NFL games, scores are almost always like in the 20s, maybe a little lower. There's never big games. But I'd say, obviously, I'm going to predict the Vikings to win. I got the bias. But I'm actually going to go with 21. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I feel like I always overshoot it for any game I predict. 21-16. It's going to be an interesting number for the Lions. I think it's going to be 3 field goals. Touchdown and 3 field goals for the Lions.
How about our field goal kicker, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Will the Chill, I call him. They call
Will
him
the
something
Chill.
else, but he's chill.
He hasn't missed yet, which is
No?
very impressive. I think he's leading the league with like some stats, but because he's still 100%,
Yeah.
but pretty cool. Pretty chill. What's your prediction?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be very high scoring. I'd like it to be, but I'm going to go 17-9. We're going to keep them out of the end zone.
Whoa.
Interesting. Who's on your fantasy team? You know, I have to ask because I'm a huge fantasy football guy.
I've got Jordan Love, and I've got Sam Darnold. That's all I got. And I got Tank Bigsby. He played well this morning.
Yeah,
I was watching him on the way up. No, Brenda, you didn't hear me say that, but I was. And who else have I got? I got Aaron Jones. I got Singletary. My kicker is Tucker. I don't even know who I have for defense anymore. I think I still have the...
He just has defense.
No.
I like to just streamline defenses. Like whoever's playing against a bad team, I'll just pick that.
I started that last week, and it worked out well for me. My defense scored more than my 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers altogether. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it worked out well to start the season because I picked everybody who was going against the Panthers. Every defense going against the Panthers.
Nice. Good idea.
Strategical, but just looking at the NFL London game this morning, it was 32-16. The Jaguars won, but Drake May playing solid. 26 passes completed, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns. Led the team in rushing with 18 yards. That's not a good game for the running backs. Yeah, no wonder they lost. That's actually terrible. The Jaguars scored 22 points in the second quarter alone. Interesting. Brian Thomas Jr. playing really well. He's a rookie receiver for them. 5 for 89, touchdown. Solid. But yeah, Tank Bigsby got you 118 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He scored another touchdown and quite a few yards since I came in here. Atta boy.
But yeah, he's a pretty good running back, and obviously Travis Etienne didn't play today, but very impressive game for him, and looks like he's going to be taking over. That's what people are predicting, is he kind of takes over. He's more of your brawler. You know? Travis Etienne, good receiving back, but Tank Bigsby, I think he's just got more talent in between the tackles when running the ball. But John, got any questions? Oh, you know what? Let's ask Terry. Do you have any questions for us? We're gonna flip the script.
Questions for us. All right. This
Can be anything.
anything. What got you into this podcasting stuff?
Great question, John.
Yapping. Pro level yapping. Me and Levi like to talk a lot. So,
Well, we originally had a podcast freshman year, and lasted for a long time, I'd say. I mean, we were pretty consistent with it, and towards until the ending, pretty much, obviously. But kind of stopped for like a year-ish. Got back into it with this podcast because I think my dad maybe mentioned that there was like some space available here, because obviously this is just like a storage room, but there's a storage room over there, and there wasn't a lot of stuff in here. So we just kind of moved it over to the other room and ended up spending a lot of money on this. And we got some sponsors, though, so we can help cover the expenses of this, because these are some expensive mics and equipment that we have here. But we just love
all
talking
but one
about,
of these mics was paid out of pocket.
Yeah, but that one was for free, of course.
Yep. That one is Ben Woodside mic.
Yeah.
Yep. He is the one who helped us with that guy. Camera is DJ Colter Agencies.
Cool.
Another great one. And then couch and some more funds was provided by Finley On The Roof.
Yeah, Ryan Finley.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So, yeah, we just we already had a podcast in the past, and we like John's dying. We like filming content, and just it's something fun for us to do, and it helps us, just get by the days when we're bored. It's something for us to do. Just
rather than sitting there looking off into space or surfing the phone.
Yeah. So, John, should we dive into our segments, or do you have another
go
question?
ahead. Got to get to that Vikings game.
Yeah. All right. I have Today in History. Once again, AI songs. It's been a while since I've done those. But October 29th is when we're posting this, so 9 days from now. John Glenn returns to space. This was in 1998. He was the first American to orbit Earth. Mm-hmm. And he actually ended up being the oldest human ever to travel in space at age 77. Very, very fascinating. Don't know how he... I feel like that would be so hard on the body because you have to experience all those, like, G's.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
But he's probably pretty used to it because he went in space 4 decades earlier.
No.
Are you a big space guy?
Oh, boy, yeah, now. SpaceX. Have you seen some of the stuff SpaceX is doing? It's incredible. Incredible. Yep. You can't help but be a fan of that. They're landing rockets back on the Earth. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
Incredible.
Catching a rocket with chopsticks is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
What did it say? It was like catching a 9-story building with a set of tongs. Like, wow. It's incredible.
Pretty cool. I mean, if you can do that, I think you can make it to Mars at that point. I mean, it's definitely one big step in the right direction.
I don't know why they want to go there, but they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah, I think their main concern is what if war happens on here, like nuclear war. You want to be able to have a backup plan. You don't want to lose all of human existence because of one war. So I think the thought process is have another spot where people can live. And I mean, Mars over time can start developing and becoming a habitable place.
Preserve the species.
Yeah. Then October 29th, 2003, LeBron James debuts in the NBA. Kind of an interesting one.
Uh-huh.
Are you a big basketball fan?
No, not at all. No.
What sports do you mainly watch? Like just football and golf?
Oh, racing. I'm a NASCAR fan. Big NASCAR fan, yes. Playoffs have started, so that's also exciting time. Yeah.
How do the playoffs work in racing?
Don't know all the particulars, but the top so many guys race so many races, and then they cut it down to, I think it's 12, and then they cut it down to 8, and then they cut it down to 4 for the last race. And
4 vehicles in one race?
Well, no, everybody still races, but there's only like 4 guys left in the last race to race for the championship. So there's more to it than that, but that's a snippet of how it goes.
So it's just whoever finishes higher out of those 4 people.
There's a point system. The top 10 guys get playoff points in every. There's 3 stages to every race, and there's points given out for every stage, and the playoff points add up, and then they just acquire points that way. And
who's your guy? What do you like?
Chase Elliott's my favorite driver.
Is that number 4?
He's number 9.
Oh, that's close.
I started out watching racing, and his dad was my favorite race car driver. So I just
went down the family tree. Now he's a fan of Chase Elliott now.
Yeah.
All right, now I have a segment called Shower Thought of the Week. It's just an interesting random thought. Nightmares are just free horror movies that you produce, direct, and star in. Think about it. That was an interesting thought.
Yeah.
All right, John.
True.
Alrighty. This food of the week is going to be pulled pork.
Oh, literally just had pulled pork yesterday.
Yes, a staple for many, especially around here.
Mm-hmm.
Too, as well, got to have that quote to get you going. I have, a hero has faced it all. He need not be undefeated, but he must be undaunted. Andrew Bernstein.
Hopefully the Vikings listen to the podcast.
Right.
Even though it's not going to be posted.
Inspirational.
Yep. Got to be locked in for this game. But we got to get going. Got to watch that football game. So
got to go and watch the football game. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Terry, for coming on.
Yeah,
it was a pleasure to have you. And as always, keep her between the ditches, guys. See you in the next one.
Please, yes, please.